Hey, remember this?
How we explain that when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Well, it turns out some Democrats missed the memo. Roll tape.
This is a bunch of scumbags. That's what they are.
Those are very strong words,
organized around making money. Yeah. All of these people who are organized with these oil and gas interests that's in the administration and friends of the President of the United States, this back channeling that you see, these are a bunch of scumbags.
Secretary of State, you mean the
Big, heavy stuff. So will the ingrained prejudice and unshakable obstructionism across the aisle thwart President Trump's call yesterday for unity? Here to discuss Hadley Heath Manning, Eric Erickson, and Katie Freitz. Katie, let me start with you. Listen, Maxine Waters, I said on this show last night that she wasn't going to be any part of any détente between the Democrats and the White House, but I think she stooped to a new low last night.
Well, I mean, she's a loony, really, if you want to get down to it. I mean, she's so bombastic. She says nothing of substance. She's just throwing stones and getting nothing back for it. Really, if you made her argument and turned it around, it's very similar to how Trump has said such outrageous things in the past. She's not any better. As you pulled the original clip, like, she has stooped pretty low. She has nothing of substance to say. Really, she's just being nasty to be nasty. And as the party in the losing position, it's not helping her any. I don't know if she's just appealing to her base to say, look at me, I said something really mean. But she needs to knock it off and act at the position that she's been put in.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Hadley. We're in a really difficult position as a nation right now. And I can remember years ago when Nikita Khrushchev said that communism would defeat America without firing a shot. The implication was that we would somehow rip each other apart as a nation. And I think we're a long ways from that, but we're certainly heading in the wrong direction right now.
Well, that's right. And unity is a two-way street, right? President Trump calls for unity, but that's going to take more than his efforts alone to unify the country. But we have to talk about, what does unity mean? Because we are a very divided country in terms of the issues. We disagree with each other very starkly. And that's good. Democracy and our constitutional republic requires some debate and some dialogue and some discussion, but we can do it in a respectful way without name-calling one another. And we're going to be much more effective communicators, much more effective for our cause if we can elevate the discussion, as Michelle Obama called for during the campaign season. So the country was very divided before President Trump took office. It's going to continue to be divided, but we can all be Americans and share sort of a core set of values while we have these debates and discussions without resorting to ugly tactics.
You know, Erica, you're something of a critic on pop culture, and we know that people don't speak like they used to. But you think of the mainstream media's criticism of President Trump being presidential. I mean, what we saw from this seasoned congresswoman last night was ugly stuff, even if it was two people on the sidewalk trying to discuss the different issues.
You're right. And, you know, I would note that we're dealing with a group of people beyond Maxine Waters who really believe in an arc of history that they can control. And to acknowledge that they lost the election because they ran a terrible candidate as opposed to the Russians or James Comey stole it from them is to acknowledge that the arc of history can move away from them, which they can't acknowledge. So they've got to come up with conspiracy theories for why they lost as opposed to having a terrible candidate run a terrible campaign against Donald Trump. And at the same time, it embroils them in further anger because they believe the rhetoric. They spent 8 years telling Republicans that if you believe Barack Obama is somehow born in a foreign country, a closet sleeper cell Muslim, you're a crazy birther. I mean, these people have become Putinists. Putinism is the new birther movement.
You know, guys, yesterday President Trump also talked about the attack on a Jewish cemetery in St. Louis, and today Vice President Pence actually visited that cemetery. Let's take a listen.
There is no place in America for hatred or acts of prejudice or violence or anti-Semitism. The people of Missouri are inspiring the nation by your love and care for this place, for the Jewish community in Missouri, and I want to thank you for that inspiration, for showing the world what America is really all about.
I want to get a quick reply from all of you guys on what you just thought. Katie, again, it feels like Vice President Pence has been a superstar, and I felt what he said. If you felt the honesty of it all.
Well, of course, but the thing is, let's hope that the left can see the honesty in that. They've been wanting Trump to be so truthful, quote unquote, for so long, and Benjamin Netanyahu has said it, Trump has said it, Sean Spicer has said it, Mike Pence has said it, that he is not anti-Semitic and that he does not think any of this is anywhere near a good thing. Of course he doesn't. And they need to believe that. They need to set these questions aside, stop bringing them up, lay this to rest.
Yeah.
My worry is that they're going to keep beating this over the head and just not let it go.
Yeah, Eric, they're going to beat it over the head, and I think they beat themselves into submission, but it was great to see Vice President Pence today.
It was. It's nice to see him call upon people to submit to their better angels. What we've seen over the past few weeks are people submitting to their worst tendencies, and that brings out the worst in all of us. And I think this cemetery situation in Missouri is one we should all focus on, that something like this happened in the United States. It's good that the Vice President of the United States and the President drew attention to it.
Americans of all religious backgrounds in St. Louis actually pitched in to help repair that cemetery, Hadley. The Vice President being there, to me, was ultimately a reflection on all of us that I think we should all embrace.
Right, and the event itself is a sad reminder that prejudice can be held by all kinds of people against other types of people, and that those kind of violent acts need to be condemned on both sides. The kind of rhetoric that we're talking about from Representative Waters needs to be condemned on both sides. President Trump used some rhetoric that I wouldn't approve of during the campaign season, and we need to move on beyond this and talk about the issues, talk about ways to find common ground.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you all very much. In the meantime,
Thank you.
It was a squeaker, but the Dow actually did hit its 9th straight record close. My market commentary and why this is a real rally, version 7042. Well, not that many. Next.
Can you put the headphones on, please? And when you're ready, I'd like you to play the video.
Okay. Carrie, I've been coming here at Shriners ever since I was 3, and because of you, I can walk today.
Carrie, because of you, my life is better.
Carrie, today I celebrate you because as a kid coming to a hospital to have 5-hour-plus surgeries, it's always a bit nerve-wracking. But whenever I was with you, I didn't feel scared. I felt loved and I felt safe.
I love you.
We love you, Carrie.
That is amazing. Oh, trying not to cry, but...
Would you like to say hi to him?
Yeah, where are they? Surprise!
These moments are only possible because of caring people like you.
Because of people like you, Shriners Hospitals for Children has helped more than 1.3 million kids just like me over the last 90 years, regardless of their family's ability to pay.
That's a lot of kids, but we need your help.
When you give at loveshriners.org, you make celebrations like these possible.
It only takes 63